I'm coming at you with not one, but two massive college football games in week 3. I'm going to give you the winning side for the backyard brawl, and I'm also going to give you the winning total in Clemson at Georgia Tech. Let's get it started in Morgantown, where college football game day had planned on visiting if both teams were 2-0, but the West Virginia Mountaineers failed to defeat the Ohio Bobcats last week, and game day will be going to Tennessee instead. Rich Rod brought over 80 new players in his first season with the Mountaineers. Most of those, or many of those, would have come from his Jacksonville State team that won the Conference USA last year. They're coming off a 17-10 loss to Ohio. Quarterback Nico Marchiol threw for just 178 yards and an interception, 15 of 26 passing. That ain't going to cut it. So can they run the ball? Well, against the Ohio Bobcats of the MAC, 28 carries for 72 yards, averaging just 2.6 yards per carry. You think that's going to cut it against Pitt? Because I don't. Ohio, meanwhile, they ran all over West Virginia, 182 yards on 48 carries. West Virginia won the turnover battle 3-1 and still lost the game. That might be the most telling stat from last week for West Virginia, is the fact that they won the turnover battle and still didn't manage to win the game. Pitt, they were 7-6 last year. They ranked 27th in the nation in returning production. But as always, it's not just bringing guys back, it's who you're bringing back. And they're bringing back Eli Holstein, the quarterback. He had a big year last year. He's thrown for 519 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 2 picks on 71% passing so far during a 2-0 start. They're also bringing back their leading rusher, Desmond Reed, who ran for 966 yards, 5 touchdowns last year. And Desmond Reed, also the second leading receiver last year with almost 600 yards and 4 receiving touchdowns. Pitt looks like a wagon, and even though it's on the road at Morgantown, and I respect this home crowd for West Virginia, this isn't really a Big 12 West Virginia team. Pitt's really playing the Jacksonville State Gamecocks, in my opinion, this week. Rich Rod brought his guys over from his former team. He hasn't molded this team into a serious contender in the Big 12 as of yet, and I don't expect the Jacksonville State / West Virginia team to be able to compete here against a Pitt team that's just got more talent and more cohesion. So we're going to lay the 7 points with the Pitt Panthers in the backyard brawl. Before we talk about Clemson at Georgia Tech, I got to tell you about a promotion we have available right now at WagerTalk.com. And I can't believe they're giving it away for $49. The entire weekend of football, only $49. That's Saturday and Sunday, pro and college football. And then they're going to throw in Monday for free as well. There's no way I would give this to you, but I'm not the boss. By the way, I was perfect last week with my football plays, 5-0 with college and pro football. We only had one college play last week, and that was on Oklahoma. And the previous week, we didn't do as well as we liked, but we ended the week with a 5% play on the under in the Catholics versus Convicts matchup. So we're firing on all cylinders with our football plays. You can find me at wt.buzz/JS. And if you've got anything to say about these games or any other college games this week, even the NFL, hit me up in the comments below. And if you don't mind, take the time to smash the like button as well. Now let's talk about Clemson at Georgia Tech. So I was big on Clemson opening the season as the team leading the nation in returning production. They were impressive at the end of the year last year. Cade Klubnik put up video game numbers in some of his games. And then they lay an egg at home against LSU, losing 17-10 in week 1. And it gets worse from there because last week they were trailing Troy 16-3 at home at the half. And the LSU team that they had just lost to didn't look very good either. Cade Klubnik, he's thrown for 426 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks on less than 60% passing. He doesn't look sharp. But Clemson fans can rest easy because they're 7-2-1 against the spread in the last 10 versus Georgia Tech, and the over has gone 6-4 in the last 10 meetings. Georgia Tech, on the other hand, they've done everything that's been asked of them. They beat Colorado on the road in week 1. Then they rested Haynes King, which I think is very key. A healthy Haynes King is a rare commodity, and we didn't see that a lot last year. When healthy, this kid is lights out. Jamal Haynes, also Georgia Tech, bringing back a ton of production. Very competitive team at home. Man, I would love to have Georgia Tech plus the points on the opening line, but it's been bet down. I'd still lean dog here, but actually, scratch that. Let's just focus on the play. It's the total. We're going under 54.5 in this game. And, Georgia Tech, very good, very competitive, but they like to run the ball. And as bad as Clemson's looked, it's not like they're getting run on. It's their weakness appears to be against the pass. They have a very strong defensive line. I think it's going to be hard for Georgia Tech to have a lot of success in the run game. I just think 54.5 is too big a number in this matchup. I think Georgia Tech will hold their own. Clemson's offense has not looked very good. And Georgia Tech, as good as they've looked, they're stepping up in competition here. In fact, the spread has been bet down. The favorite has been bet down. The total has been bet up. And I think I disagree with that line move. So we're taking Pitt minus the 7, under 54.5 in Georgia Tech versus Clemson. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you've got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, hit me up in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.